All right. So we got the announcement yesterday, or whatever it was, that the Marvel vs. Capcom collection is coming out, which is really great news. Okay, and it is the third collection that they have put out already, right? So the other two that they've already done, just checking the name, they got the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection and the Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, right? As well, actually, hang on, where's the other one? It is, hang on, the what's it called? Capcom Fighting Collection as well. So there's three collections that they put out so far, right? As well as their arcade stadiums 1 and 2, right? So they are leaning heavily into the nostalgia of these old games. Now, I've talked about this a few times on the channel. I've done videos specifically about this. And I think it's high time fans of Mortal Kombat start demanding from Ed Boon some fucking answers in regards to why we don't have a collection of one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Where is our collection? Can somebody, point that out? There is so many games here. So many games that, we should have available in some massive collection or at least over a couple. I've talked about it before. Right, you could have a 2D collection, right, which is all the arcade games, whatever, you can change different ROMs or whatever. Also in that particular collection, so that'd go from MK1 all the way up to MK Gold, right? So it'll be the first time we get MK Gold on a home system or a PC outside of the Dreamcast release, right? We get all the games up to that, because that's what I consider the 2D era, right? And then, and amongst all that, obviously, because you've got Gold in there, home version, you then put in some home, not some, all the home versions of all the classic MK games. Master System MK1, Mega Drive MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate. You put all the classic ones from the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo. Did they show up on the NES? I know there was a Game Boy version, possibly Game Gear. Yeah, so all of them could go in there because they're so tiny, right? And then I would make, if you could, I would do, because it'd be awesome, all of them online enabled. Now, some of you might think that's crazy, but if you look into something called Fightcade, which takes games that have no online multiplayer whatsoever, like all old games, they're even running Mega Drive, Master System, Super Nintendo games on there. But as long as there was a two-player component, it makes the connection think you're sitting next to each other when actually you're playing online. Very easy to do. If fucking people can do this shit for free, right? Then I don't see why they can't do it. For a collection from a multi-billion-dollar company, right? The other thing I would do then is the 3D era, right? Or what I call the data collection. Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, right? Bonus game in there, or some bonus games that you put in there, because it sort of was in the same sort of time period-ish, give or take, perhaps. I would put in Shaolin Monks. I would put in, I guess, well, I don't know, it depends. Let me know what you guys think. Because we've got the 2D, we've got the offshoots. We've got the 2D version, or 2D game, which is, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, and then we've got Special Forces, which is in 3D. So either way, you could either put, say, Mythology Sub-Zero in, say, the 2D collection, and then you put Special Forces in the 3D collection, or you put Special Forces in the original 2D collection, because that kind of adds that lean. That definitely is a far better collection right there to do. I'd put those in the 2D collection. And then what you do is with the 3D collection, you would have Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, and Shaolin Monks all in there. Just those 4 games. You don't have to improve the textures, just give us higher resolution. You can run these games at 4K and above, and they look super smooth and beautiful. And of course, enable online play. Right, so that's 2 collections so far that you could do. I would then bring back a remaster, if you will, of Mortal Kombat 9. Okay. You could do it as a massive bundle as well. You could do it MK9. You could do a bundle with MK9, like the NRS era, MK9, 10, 11, and 1 if you wanted. Obviously separate purchases as well for those, but definitely remaster MK9. Just definitely bring it back. Okay. You don't have to. All I would do technically with MK9, because the graphics on PC look amazing, it's just increase the resolution on the movies. Like the cinematics are dog shit. They're like old, like, you know, PS3, Xbox 360 quality on the PC. So you need to upscale that, you know, or give us like far better, crisper, like 4K like versions of it, and that's it. And then give us proper up-to-date netcode like we have in MK11 and MK1. Good as gold, right? This would be perfect. This would satisfy every single Mortal Kombat fan out there. Because not only do you have all the games available on the modern day, modern consoles, PC, you can play them online if you want. You know, you can put it in galleries and stuff like that, all a whole host of fluff. You can't tell me that NetherRealm aren't looking at Capcom and what they're doing with their arcade stadiums that they brought out, and then, you know, the 3 collections that they've already brought out, and gone, gee whiz, what do you think we could do for Mortal Kombat fans? Oh, that's right. We'll play out some dog shit 30th year anniversary video. Yeah, thanking everyone for fucking what? What? What are you thanking us for? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Keeping your game alive all this time. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. No. We want more than that. We'd like to give you more money. How stupid are you? How stupid are you? If we got all this old shit back, there'd be no reason to touch MK1 ever again. There's just no reason. Right? Now, you can get these older games on PC. You can get MK1, 2, 3, 4, and MK Trilogy on the Good Old Games store. If you've got emulators, you can obviously play all these old games through emulators. But I would like a concise, proper release. Right? Proper release. Mortal Kombat Legacy. All the 2D games, all up and including MK Gold, home versions, all online play. Right? Data collection. Oh, and of course the side story ones as well. Data collection. Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, Shaolin Monks. All online play. And then remaster MK9. Right? Put it in a bundle with all the other MK games, called it the NRS era. Right? Well, not really smart era. Right? The reason why they won't remaster, and we talked about this before, MK9, is because everyone would be playing it. I had a gentleman who was messaging back and forth with me about, oh, well, you know, if MK9 was released now, it'd be the same problem. Listen, man, you gotta stop listening to only pros. They don't know fucking everything, right? No one gives a shit about whether there's fucking broken combos in there. What we care about is having a great Mortal Kombat game. Because of the majority of the game is fantastic, like all of these old games are, then we're able to deal with the crap. You understand? But when you've got, by and large, a gigantic herd of a game, then the problems that really are majorly going wrong with the game are going to seem even worse, right? But I think they're terrified. I think they are absolutely terrified, right, of releasing all these old games. How do I know that? Well, they delisted MK9. They could have patched out Freddy, and they could have patched out Kratos in the PS3 version. Freddy for everyone else, right? They could have patched him out. They could have done what Killer Instinct did and kept the game alive since 2011, you know, and bringing it up to date. But they won't do that because they had a woke fucking agenda. Their agenda was to forget their past, and I think that's the reason why they won't do it. And I've said this before, and I'll keep fucking saying it, is that Ed Boon is just so out of touch because all he fucking listens to is only pros. All he listens to is shills. And what's the one thing that all of these people have in common? 2 brain cells, barely touching. Not a lot of, you know, electrical current, you know, formulating any sort of wonderful or great ideas. Because that's all he thinks that is the MK community now. What do you think it is? A bunch of fucking furries? No, dude, the MK community is gigantic. The MK community is being kept alive right now through emulation and Mugen games. That's a fact. Through Fightcade, we can find games to play in these old, of these old games against all people all over the world. Does it have problems with connections? Yeah, there's some lag in some of them, but at least they're trying. And we've got the Mugen games, which I have a playlist on my channel. And that's just a small sample of the amount of Mortal Kombat Mugen only games that they've made so far. There's tons of them, probably hundreds of them over the course of like a couple of decades, right? So what is the excuse, Ed Boon and NetherRealm? Why won't you put it out? Is it because you're ashamed? Is it because you're terrified that maybe people might actually like go back and play this stuff and never touch your garbage woke bullshit ever again? Or is it something else? Anyway, catch you next time.